The night is quiet at the Brooklyn Navy Yard. Too quiet. The kind of quiet that feels like a setup for something big. And as we soon find out, that feeling is dead on. We open on a lone security guard, Stovall, making his routine rounds. A flashlight in one hand, a radio in the other, he checks in like it's just another shift. This is Stovall, checking in. Everything's all clear here on Dock 17. A casual response comes through the radio, his buddy on the other end already thinking about a cold beer. Okay, Stovall, hurry up and get over to 18 before your shift ends. Got a cold brew on ice waiting for you here. But Stovall, he knows how the game is played. Oh, you mean you saved one of the beers that I bought for me? How generous of you. His friend just laughs it off. Hey, you drew the short straw tonight, not me, over and out. A normal night, right? Yeah, not quite. Because just as Stovall moves through the darkened dockyard, a sound breaks the silence. The kind of sound that puts your stomach in knots before your brain even processes why. Eh? What's that noise? But he doesn't get to finish that sentence. A shadow moves behind him. Long, claw-like fingers stretch out, then snap around his throat. Stovall barely has time to gasp before he's yanked into the darkness. Just like that, the quiet night turns deadly, and while Stovall is down for the count, the real players step into the light. A crew of masked men moving like clockwork, loading up crates into a van, their voices sharp and efficient. Hurry, load the guns into the van. That's right, this isn't just some break-in, this is a weapons deal. A big one. One of the thugs checks his watch. We probably have about 10 minutes before anyone notices he didn't make it to the next. And then, oh man, you just know this was coming. Well, what are the odds? Because right above them, hanging upside down with the perfect mix of smugness and menace, is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. The criminals barely get a second to react before one of them blurts out exactly what's on everyone's mind. Spider-Man? And just like that, the real fight is about to begin. Spider-Man swings onto the scene with all the grace and sass you'd expect. Here I am, taking in the view at my favorite picturesque spot, the loading docks at the shipyards. Because nothing screams scenic getaway like a bunch of masked criminals lugging around stolen goods. But what does he stumble upon? A gang of crooks, caught mid-heist. With a dramatic leap, Spidey springs into action, literally, as he crashes into one of the thugs with a well-placed kick. 4 separate people committing the exact same crime at the exact same time? That's the craziest coincidence I've ever heard of. As one of the crooks goes tumbling to the ground, the others don't hesitate to correct his misconception. We're together, you idiot, one of them shouts, already frustrated that the night is going sideways. Big mistake. Wait, you mean to tell me you just confessed to a criminal conspiracy? Spider-Man quips, webbing up and launching into another kick. Heaven forbid! I'll be sure to inform the authorities. The crook barely has time to register his regret before Spidey's boot slams into him with a whack. As the gang goes flying, they yell in desperation, "You can't do that!" One of them, still hopeful that maybe the law works in their favor, stammers out, "Yeah, weren't you supposed to tell us about our right to remain silent or something?" Oh boy, they clearly don't know who they're dealing with. Spider-Man dives right into the chaos with his witty banter. "Oh, you're such a Miranda. Me? I'm totally a Samantha. Although come to think of it, I did once get into a fight with Mr. Big, so maybe I'm more of a Carrie." And just like that, pow! The thug gets an intimate introduction to Spider-Man's fist. Another criminal shouts in frustration, "Shut up!" Spidey swings gracefully through the air, responding casually. Aw, come on! I know the reference might be a little dated, but do you have any idea how hard it is to keep up with pop culture when you spend your nights fighting knuckleheads like you guys? Perched high above the villains, Spider-Man continues his merciless teasing. You guys don't mind sharing a cell, right? I get it. Roommates can be rough, especially if you're used to living alone. The criminals below pause, clearly rethinking their choices tonight. One of them, trying desperately to rally his friends, points aggressively upward. There are 4 of us and only one of him. It can't be that hard to take him down. Spider-Man, meanwhile, watches from above, completely unfazed, almost amused by the bravado. 2 of the criminals exchange glances, frustration growing as Spider-Man casually evades their every move. One yells to the other in disbelief. He ain't moving slow enough to hit him. His partner, clearly the brains of the operation, responds sarcastically. Hey Einstein, let me remind you. The thug opens a crate, realization finally dawning as he stares at the stash of weapons. We're smuggling guns, aren't we? His buddy, looking like he's just had an epiphany, chimes in enthusiastically. Oh yeah! Spider-Man shakes his head. Sometimes it's just too easy. The smugglers raise their weapons, arrogance dripping from their voices. So let's blast him! Gunfire erupts, filling the dockyards with a deafening storm of bullets. Spider-Man effortlessly flips through the chaos, twisting gracefully midair. He playfully quips, "Hey, always with the guns, but I guess without them, I wouldn't get so much exercise dodging the bullets." As bullets continue whizzing around him, Spidey casually leaps between shipping crates, taunting his assailants. "But I regret to inform you that I have a little thing called spider sense, which makes actually hitting me virtually impossible." Spider-Man yawns dramatically, feigning boredom amidst the gunfire. "Okay, we've had our fun, but it's getting to be about time to wrap this up." In an instant, Spider-Man drops from above, web shooters blazing, capturing the stunned crooks in a swift, sticky trap. And when I say that, I mean literally. Spider-Man admires his handiwork, swinging casually in front of his captured foes, dangling helplessly and completely wrapped in webs. He jokes, "There we go, all webbed up and ready for jail. How do you feel about wearing orange jumpsuits? I hope you're all autumns." With the masked criminals tangled helplessly in webbing, desperation creeps into their voices. "You don't get it, Spider-Man. You can't send us to jail." Spider-Man strolls casually beneath his dangling prey, confidence radiating off him as brightly as the city lights around them. "Oh, trust me," he says lightly. "Sending crooks to jail is kind of my specialty. I even have a near-perfect rating doing it." "No, you idiot!" interrupts one thug urgently, his eyes flare with sudden intensity beneath the black mask. "Not because we're worried about prison." Spider-Man stops abruptly, a chill running through his spine as he senses something far deeper than common criminals at play. The thug, tied up but defiant, sneers down at Spider-Man and growls ominously, "It's because we work for the crime lord." Spider-Man freezes, his playful demeanor replaced by sudden tension. "Crime lord?" he mutters under his breath, an uneasy feeling gripping him as the realization hits. The situation just became a whole lot more complicated. And that's where this issue ends. But the story is far from over. Who exactly is this mysterious crime lord? Drop your theories in the comments below, smash that like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe right now so you don't miss what's coming next. See you in the next one.